Welcome to Urban Culture University. What's up? What's up? Man, we got some serious news. The Diddy oil. Man, you can't make this one up. Ariel Mitchell Kidd details a lawsuit that she has filed against Mr. Sean P. Diddy, the Didler Combs. Yes, the Diddy oil is real. Let's check it out.
So we know, Ariel, that you've got this client. You plan to file the suit this week. There hasn't been a lot of detail about it, but I think you can reveal a little more tonight about exactly what your client says Diddy did to her. Tell us a little more if you can, even though the suit's not officially been filed.
Yes, I'll have the suit filed sometime this week, probably in the next couple of days. It's just in editing right now, just to get the final touches on it, just to make sure we haven't missed any causes of action. I think as it stands right now, we're at 19 causes of actions, from sexual assault, sexual battery, of course, RICO charges, and sex trafficking. But essentially, my client was raped by Mr. Combs, his bodyguard, and a friend who invited my client to his home to set up this whole situation. The details are graphic in nature, and the complaint lays out all of the details in the graphic, just deplorable way my client was victimized in that day, or in that night rather, and her harrowing escape, and how she was able to finally get away and manage to get to safety after the gruesome attack.
Yeah, and I know that the details are graphic, and I want to be careful. But can you talk a little bit about the baby oil? Because I think people just think it's baby oil, but you are claiming that there may be something else in that, correct?
Yes, so in the suit, there is a part where Mr. Combs is threatening her with a knife and makes her take off her clothes, and then he takes what she believes is some type of liquid substance out of a bag, out of a fanny pack to be specific, and he squirts it at her, and she originally thought it was like acid or something, but then she realized that it was some type of lubricant or oil. She actually didn't specify even baby oil. She just said he just started squirting it at her, squirting it all over her body, and then that's when, after she was covered in this oil, that's when the attack began with Mr. Combs and then the friend. And then in between the two of them, she was squirted some more with this oil, and then the bodyguard then attacked her and raped her as well. But she said over the course of this, her body got more and more limp, and she couldn't figure out essentially what was causing it, because it wasn't as if she was forced any drugs. She said she had a cup of water that she took a sip of, and she knew immediately it wasn't just water, but she only took a sip. And she felt that whatever the liquid was being squirted on her had something in it which essentially debilitated her and her faculties.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, because in the complaint, the Fed's complaint, they talk about all of those bottles of body oil. So we knew there was a lot of lubricant, but do you have any idea what may have been in it? Is there something that could have been in it that would have made it so she couldn't move?
So I've done some internal research after I had my intake with my client, and it seems that oil in general is used as a conduit for specific drugs, like, for instance, GHB. So in order to get that to topically take into somebody's body, you need a conduit, which is typically oil. So it seems to me that there were some types of drugs mixed into the oil, which is why he was dousing her in that oil prior, not only to make it easier to assault her, but that was what was lowering her defenses.
Gosh, it's so disturbing. 120 people now we hear are going to be filing lawsuits. We've heard that from another attorney. Do you know yet, are there similarities with some of these other stories, especially in terms of this oil component?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't seen any or heard anything about any of the alleged 120 victims that another attorney has. In fact, I think recently today he came out and started saying some of these celebrities the other celebrities he planned to name, were settling the cases, which I thought was odd because I do settlements all the time, and part of the settlement is that you don't discuss the settlement. You know, part of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. So unfortunately, I don't know how many of these cases, the 120 cases that lawyer has, will ever see the light of day. I always was skeptical about the number and the types of claims that were being advanced, but I haven't seen any other cases advanced that made similar allegations other than the federal government's case.
Hey man, this situation is crazy with the Diddy oil. But do me a favor, drop your thoughts in the comment section, like, share, give me a quick subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. And thanks for stopping by.